Hello. Hello. In this video, we're going to look at the average rate of change. The average rate of change, hereafter denoted as ARC because I don't like writing average rate of change all the time, of f of x with respect to x for a function f as x changes from a to b is ARC is equal to f of b minus f of a all over b minus a. Now here's the thing. This is no different from slope. It's just the slope. That's all it is. So a slope is quite literally an average rate of change. That's it. Okay, and remember, slope, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And slope is going to be extremely important to us. And the reason it's so important to us is because slope is pretty much everything in calculus. It really is. Now, when we talk about slope, we might talk about an average rate of change like what we're talking about now. And in the next video, we'll talk about instantaneous rate of change. But for now, let's go ahead and look at the average rate of change. So I've drawn some random cubic function here. And notice that I've put a point here and here, and I've labeled these as a and then f of a. So whatever this x value is, the y value would be f of that value. Same thing for this one, b comma f of b. And so the average rate of change here is simply the slope of the line connecting those 2 points. Now notice that I can create a right triangle here, and that this distance is just the difference between b and a. And this distance is just the distance between f of b and f of a. And so you just take the ratio of those, in other words, the rise divided by the run, so that divided by that will give you the average rate of change. That's really all average rate of change is. It's just a slope. That's it. Now, we also want to talk about the difference quotient. So the following expression is what the average rate of change becomes when b equals a plus h for some value h. So here's what we're saying. Instead of using b comma f of b, instead what we can do is make this to become a plus h comma f of a plus h. In other words, if instead of this being b minus a right here, what if we had that as h? So if that's the case, if that's a and then add on h to that, will give you this new coordinate as a plus h. So in other words, go up here, replace this with f of a plus h, replace that with a plus h. And that's what you get for the average rate of change. Now this right here will simplify. Notice that a plus h minus a, the two a's cancel each other, and you're just left with h. So there's something called the difference quotient. And that is f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. That is the difference quotient. And this is very important to understand, that this is just a slope between 2 points. That's really all it is. It looks difficult. It looks different than you've probably seen in the past, but it's just slope. That's all. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.